And we are joined this morning with no stranger to the show. This is a friend of the show.
FOS, friend of the show.
That's right.
Yes, I like
Megan Patt, who is the executive director for the Foundation of Rock Hill Schools. So that is partly why you're here this morning, yes. Megan, is to talk to us a little bit about the new name change of what was formerly known as the Rock Hill Schools Foundation.
Yeah, honestly, the simplicity of it is helpful. Like when I go to like an interview or I'm going to speak to a group and I say, I'm Megan Patt, the executive director of the Rock Hill Schools Education Foundation. There's so many words in that. And so we did want to simplify that. So it's the foundation for Rock Hill Schools, but we mostly just call ourselves the foundation. We're also leaning into what most of our stakeholders and partners are calling us already. So the district refers to us as the foundation.
We just kind of shorten it for you.
Yeah, right. It's just easier. It's so much easier to say. Yes, exactly.
And it also has a new look. Does it have a new logo as well?
Yes. So, I mean, like if you've had the same haircut for a while and you're like, you know what, I'm going to change it up. I'm going to get it short. I'm going to add some highlights, get a blowout. It's that look good, feel good, play good thing. So
new hair, who dis?
That's right. And so we took some elements of our older logo, which we had rebranded about 5 years ago. So now, again, it's just simplifying it. And it really does mirror kind of the progression that we've had as an organization. We have grown exponentially over the last couple of years, and we want our branding to reflect that. So all those are part of the reasons.
For our viewers and listeners that might not know what the foundation does.
Yeah.
I said earlier when we were doing this, I was like, if they live under a rock. Because we hear about y'all so much, and you are such a vital part, not only of our district, but of our community. Tell us some of the things that y'all are involved in.
Well, thank you for saying that, because it's an honor to come alongside the district. But we are in our 35th year of operation. We were started by some school board members and some district leaders, parents in the community who recognized that there was a gap between state, federal, local funding, and that the district needed that support to make sure that educators and students could be the best versions of themselves. So fast forward 35 years later, we've got these kind of 5 main meat and potato programs. We do educator grants, so we give out $100,000 each year to educators in Rock Hill Schools, and that means all employees of Rock Hill Schools are eligible for that funding, not just teachers. We do Back the Pack, which is a feeding program for students who experience food insecurity. So we feed about 800 students every weekend who unfortunately don't have access to food between Friday afternoon and Monday morning when they do have access to meals at school. So we want to, again, fill that gap. And what's so incredible about that program, like that is making an impact in and of itself. On the other side of it, there are students at ATC in logistics and distribution who help us operate that program. So they're getting authentic workforce development. We're actually able to connect them with partners in the community that can hire them because of the skills they're learning by operating the program. So it's a really incredible full circle operation. We also do student celebration to recognize students who have overcome adversity. That's always a tearjerker, heartwarming night. One of my favorites was there was a teen mom who had to drop out of traditional school and went to virtual school, but remained with it. And so she had this moment of being celebrated with her family and her teachers and principal, and it was just powerful to flip that narrative from maybe what you've had to walk through to what potential we see in you. And then we do Educator for a Day, where community partners can come and shadow educators for half a day, which you've done.
I have.
Have you done that yet?
Principal for a day.
No.
Yeah,
you need to do it this year. It's
so
really
great.
cool. And then we know that helps build empathy in relationships. And then our upcoming program is the Back to School Rally. This is our newest one. Dr. Schmalzi asked us to come in and just make it a team building, fun atmosphere. Last year, we were able to give away over $15,000 worth of prizes. We sent 2 custodians on cruises. We sent 1 teacher to New York with her husband over the holidays. We've got some really incredible prizes coming up August 5th for this one.
And so a lot of this cannot be done without funds.
Correct.
So where does the funding come from? And that'll bring us to the next reason why you're here. You're having a big event coming up.
Yes. So because of all this programming and how we continue to expand, we have actually increased our fundraising efforts by 57% over the last year because the needs continue to grow for the district. And so we're going after individual donors, businesses, corporations, grant funding, everything we can to make sure that those gaps are filled and that the district can operate it at its optimal level.
And so tell us about the Foundation Soirée.
Yes, I'm
like
so excited, y'all. Have y'all been to the Historic Robertson Homestead? Have y'all heard of that before?
I have not.
I feel like it's another like well-kept secret in Rock Hill. It's
a diamond in the rough, it sounds like.
It's about 10 minutes from here. It's this, there's a restored barn with these majestic doors. Like, it's just gorgeous woodwork. They've got a lot of like live edge tables throughout. There's a home that has the coolest charm with like really cool wallpaper, but really historic pieces in it too. And there's a little creek. There's just all these little nooks and crannies to curate special moments for the fundraiser. So I'm really excited.
We're speaking with Megan Patt, who is the executive director of the Foundations for Rock Hill Schools. Megan, when is the event going to take place? Are you still looking for sponsors? Are you looking for people to come to the event? How can the community rally around you guys?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So Friday, September 6th is the event. There's a happy hour at 6 that you could join in, and the event starts at 7. So we would love for individuals in the community to come for this. Because again, like you said, I think a lot of people do know about our programming, but I also think there's a lot of families that don't know what we do and don't know how they can plug in to support teachers and students. So we would love for individuals to join. We are also launching what's called our corporate council, and it's not too different from our other sponsorships, but this is where businesses and corporations recognize that when they come alongside Rock Hill Schools, that means the workforce is strengthened. That means there's long-term impact to the economy. That means that Rock Hill stays that vibrant place that we want to work, live, play, and learn. So all of that is put together for our corporate council to provide some sponsorship levels. So if any businesses or corporations are interested, we love to talk to them about that.
I know before we started the interview off air, Tyler, you and Megan were talking about a story that kind of impacted here, Toys for Happiness here at the radio station, as well as what the foundation helped do. Tell that story. It's a good one.
Well, as we say every year during the holidays, there's always that Toys for Happiness story that happens every year. We had multiple this past year. And there was one that Megan was attached to. We had gotten a large keyboard. It was so big, we wouldn't be able to put it into a bag and give to a family. So we had asked Karen Fritz, who helps run our warehouse, hey, can you be on the lookout for a family that would be interested in this? And, she's got a lot going on. It was kind of hard for her to keep track. So, I kind of reached out to some agencies, and Megan just happened to be there volunteering, packing some bags. And I asked her, do you know a family? And she went right away and reached out and found a family. And it was a great picture. It was a picture of 2 kids playing on that keyboard, and I think it was pickup day. I think it was distribution day that I got that picture, and it just warmed my heart because, every toy you hope has a story and finds the right home for a child. And when you sent me that picture, and I don't want to get this wrong, but I think the keyboard might have came from Elevation Church because you had known, I think, a family. Now, I know you have a side to this, but you knew a family that was attached to it, and you immediately thought, well, hey, they might like this, and you were able to find a good home.
Yeah, I think the keyboard came from another donor, but Elevation, they're such a strong partner of ours at the foundation. And so they had this surplus that was donated to them of all these toys. So I think either you reached out to me, I reached out to you. Somehow we got all those toys here. And then when you had this keyboard left over, and we wanted to make sure it went to a family, and I reached back out to Elevation like, hey, do y'all happen to know someone with this need? And of course, there's a single mom that attends Elevation and had been wanting a keyboard, been wanting to do piano lessons for her students. So her kids, sorry. So it was a really cool full circle moment that Elevation had donated, and then you were able to serve one of their members.
And shout out to Elevation. They gave us a massive donation of toys that were very crucial because I think the majority of them were like the 6 to 8 year old boys that we were able to fill a massive need. So,
but I think that's so cool how the foundation is such a it's a connector. It's a bridge builder because if you hadn't have been there that day, and that was also a God thing, you were at the right place at the right time. but you were there and you were able to connect, and that's really what it's all about.
Yes, that's what we're here for, because I think there's a lot of people in the community that want to help the school district, but they don't know how. And so we try to be that connector to say, hey, here's some practical ways that you can come alongside Rock Hill Schools.
So if people are listening and want to know how they can help, what do they need to do? Who do they reach out to? Where do they go?
Look for us on social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook. Just Google us, because the name change, it might get a little tricky to find us online. But if you just put in the foundation or Rock Hill Schools Education Foundation, plug in with us online and on social media, and we'll definitely connect with you.
I only have one question.
Yes.
Did you spell soiree right on the first try? Did you have to Google that one?
No, and you have to do a special thing with the keyboard to get the E to have the little thing on
The
it.
tilde.
That took a while.
The little accent. Yeah.
I didn't even know the name.
And
You're
I'm
so
glad
fancy.
I was here, because I don't know if Luke, he would say, just say it. How do you say it? But the Foundation Soirée is happening at the Historic Robertson Homestead. That's 2871 Oak Park Road in Rock Hill on Friday, September the 6th at 7 p.m. It's dinner, open bar, and an auction. So again, that is going to be helping the foundation. Megan, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you all so much
And
for
we
having me.
can't wait to see what you do this coming year. It's going to be exciting.
Appreciate y'all.